So yeah, the city has installed permit parking signs on my street, which means that if I want anyone to ever be able to come and visit, I have to buy these visitor parking permit signs. And how much are those? About $100 a year. But this is what LA does. This is how it happens. They bleed you dry $100 at a time. They ride that line perfectly. It's never quite expensive enough for you to actually do something about it. It's just easier for you to pay to move on with your life. Well, they haven't met me, because guess what? I got no life to move on to. George is getting upset. So this is where the plot thickens, because believe it or not, this entire situation can be traced back to something that happened 2 Halloweens ago. See, back then, I almost kinda sorta set my apartment on fire. Yeah, see what I mean? But it was fine. I mean, it wasn't fine, but the fire was contained. It was a total fiasco. I got a video about it, I'll link in the description. But the point is, it set us on a path that led to my street being permit parking only. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Right now, it's time to take the fight directly to the LA Parking Authority and see about getting those goddamn signs taken down. Well, that was a waste of time. This city is nothing if not predictable. But back to my story. Remember how I said this whole thing could be traced back to me kind of setting my apartment on fire? Well, that's because even though it was a fiasco, my building manager was actually really cool about the entire thing. I mean, he had every right to be annoyed with me, and he wasn't at all. But then a few weeks later, he knocked on my door and asked if I'd sign a petition to help enact permit parking and keep the street parking just for the residents. And I wasn't quite sure about all this, but I also didn't want to rock the boat because he'd been so cool about the whole fire thing. So I signed it. Yes, that's right, I literally signed the petition to enact the very thing I'm railing against. I'm deeply ashamed about all this. But come on, I didn't think anything would actually come from it. I certainly didn't think it would cost me $100 a year. So that's why I'm here at Home Depot, getting the tools that'll help me make this right. Oh, son of a bitch. There's not even any bolts to cut. This thing is entirely tamper-proof. LA has the upper hand. But it serves me right for thinking I could beat LA. LA is undefeated. Hell, the city will probably find a way to punish me just for having the audacity to think I could. God damn this city.